All right, guys, what's up? This your man Rojo. We are here with another edition of Inside Texas Track One-on-One. Today, I am speaking with none other than Cameron Miller, Bishop Dunn, future Florida signee. Yeah, we're gonna do a lot of this today. We're gonna do a lot of that today. All right, Cam, thanks for joining me.
No problem.
All right, Cam, so we're here at Bishop Dunn. It's a private school. You have one of the fastest times here in the state in the 100. As a matter of fact, why don't you tell us, what are your PRs in your races?
For the 200, 20.87, and for the 100, 10.35.
10.35. I was there when you did that, man. I got pictures of it. Yeah, all right, so we're here at Bishop Dunn. Again, it's a private school. They compete in TAPS, if I remember correctly.
Yes, sir.
Do you feel that you guys might get slighted on the respect level because you guys are at a private school?
Of course. I mean, even though we've beaten public school teams such as DeSoto and Lancaster in races like last year at Meet the Champs, we won the 4x1. And, you know, even though we were U.S. number whatever, we didn't get the same recognition, but it's whatever, you know. We run, have fun, do what we do, and they do what they do, and then if we come out with a win, we do.
That'll work. Now, like we said earlier, you signed with the University of Florida. I told you we're gonna do that every time we say that school, yeah, we're gonna do that. All right, so what all choices did you have and why the University of Florida?
Of course, I like the coaching there.
Mm-hmm.
Big time coaching, I like that. Distance from home, I wanted to, you know, my dad went to Baylor. He was a Baylor Bear.
We're gonna talk about him later.
So he, of course, that was a big influence.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom went to Arizona State and ran tracks. That's another influence. And those were also two of my official visits. But I kind of wanted to make a name for me,
mm-hmm.
and get away from those two schools, and I felt like Florida was the best fit for me.
Cool. Now, speaking of your dad, the great Tony Miller, got to give him props, man, because he ran back when I was in school, so I got a chance to see him firsthand. Dude, he went to 400U. That's what Baylor was back then. I mean, every quarter mile in the state that was great was at Baylor. Did you feel any type of pressure, and probably not so much from him, but just from people who knew your dad and all that he did? Did you feel any type of pressure on you doing the same sport that he did?
At first, yeah. First, it was like, am I gonna be as good or whatever? But it was more like, I'm trying to be as best I can be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all he can ask for me, and that's all I can ask of myself. So that was just my goal. Just still chasing my dreams, still chasing my goals and everything, try to be the best I can be.
Cool. Now, you said you was running the mile relay. Have you ever ran an open court?
I did, once last year. I did.
How did that work out for you?
I ran 49.2 for my first one ever, but that's a race that is not very fun.
Hey.
But, you know, shout out to Chris Ford, you know, pushing me in that race.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a weird race. It's fun, I guess,
mm-hmm.
but it hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, man, that's a real man's race. I ain't gonna lie. I was a jumper, so hey, I ain't have to worry about all that. Alrighty, so this year is our senior year. So what are your goals for this year in track and field?
For times, for my 100, I'm happy with that right now, to be honest. But for the 200, I would say 20.5, around there, ish. Try to get down there before I head on to college.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, I'm trying to think. I wanted to ask you something else, but I can't think of what it is. So I'm just gonna do my Florida thing until I think about it. Nah. Alrighty, so I done drew a blank, man. That's not good. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and get into this fun part of our interview. I'm just gonna ask you some questions. They may not have anything to do with track and field or not. We gonna see. All right, so first, what's your favorite subject in school?
Oh, school. Favorite subjects in school. I'm I'm gonna go with history.
History? Really? Why is that?
Because it already happened. You know, it can't really change. So it already happened. It repeats itself, but it already happened. So it's easy to learn, and it's kind of fun to learn sometimes.
Gotcha. All right, so I was, we like I said, we follow each other on Twitter. So I noticed that you're a big Netflix guy.
Yes.
You're a big Netflix guy.
Yes, I am.
So what's the best show on Netflix right now, man?
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Best show on Netflix.
Best show?
Easy.
I'm not really much of a Netflix guy, but I was watching that Big Mike or whatever that was, the dude that go around doing some crazy stuff.
Sound like a lot of shows.
Yeah, no, I can't think of it. Some big dude, it was crazy. He was talking to Pastor Creflo Dollar, talking about Jesus and all that. I was like, oh man, I gotta turn that off. So but all right. So if you wasn't running track, if you wasn't doing anything sports wise, what would you do? What would you be?
That's a good question. I don't know. I've always been around sports, whether it's basketball in my younger days and track now, but I don't know. I'll probably push to be somewhere in the business, business guy.
Okay.
Starting to get that money that way.
Hey, that's what's up. Shit. Alrighty. Golly, I had a good question. I just forgot about it just that quick. Man, I'm getting old. Alrighty. So let me think. A good question that I haven't asked anyone. Well, I have asked one. I'm gonna ask you. So, if you can have dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be, and what would be the first question you ask them?
If I could have dinner with anybody, dead or alive, what would be the first question? I don't know. I can answer the first part of the question, but I don't know. What would I ask them though? Okay, dead or alive, I'll say Tupac.
Okay.
Well, to be honest, I think he's still alive somewhere out there, you know what I'm saying? But hey, Tupac, but what would I ask him? I don't know what I asked him. Probably like, was he in competition with Biggie? Was he just making music for the enjoyment of people, for us to enjoy, or was it a Biggie Tupac feud? That would be my main question to him.
That'd be a good question to ask him. I'm Biggie all the way, dog.
Oh,
I like Pac. Don't get me wrong, but dude, I love me some Notorious B.I.G. man. That's my dude, man. That's my dude. Dude, I like Pac. I mean, even with the two movies, man, I like the Biggie than the Tupac. But I mean, hey, I'm biased. I'm a Biggie fan, so. All right, man. What has been the best advice anyone's given you? It has to do with sports, but just the best advice that anyone's ever given you.
The best advice anybody's ever given me was from my older cousin.
Okay.
Shout out to Elijah Brown. My older cousin, he told me that you can never believe what anybody else says anything about you. You know what I'm saying? If someone says something about you, you can't believe what they're talking about. You know you more than anybody else knows you.
That's true.
So you know yourself, you know what you do, you know how you are. So anything that's ever said about you, it shouldn't bother you. So you got to do you, and then rise above what everybody else is talking about, and do you, and then everybody will be quiet.
Hey, I like that. I'm gonna give you a little piece of advice, man, because I'm in the advice giving, So, bruh, remember this: you can never fall off the bed if you sleep on the floor. Man, that's for y'all out there too. Shout out to Marty Payne. What's up? You thinking about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can never fall out. You can't fall out the bed if you sleep on the floor. That's deep. I got him thinking, y'all. I got him thinking. Shout out to Martin Payne. What's up, baby? What's up?
My dad loved that show.
Yeah. That's my show right there. All right, man. So I remember the question I wanted to ask you. Okay, so you're headed to college.
Right.
So can you cook?
No.
Man, that's a trade you're gonna have to learn, man. You're gonna have to learn that trade.
I can't cook.
Oh man,
I'm bad with that.
you're gonna have to learn, bro.
Yeah, I
You're
am.
gonna have to learn.
Maybe.
'Cause
Yeah, that's gonna be my summer probably.
there you go.
But-
Summer lessons, man. Summer lessons. Go in there. Go tell your mama to go get. Mama, show that boy how to cook some food. All right, man. So my last question, I ask everybody this: name one way to improve Texas high school track and field.
The one way to improve Texas high school track and field. I don't know, but I would say everybody compete. You know, no matter who's running,
Mm-hmm.
and what races, big names at races, big names at meets, big names here and there. No matter who's running, as long as everybody competes, it should be fun.
Cool.
It should be fun, and even if you lose, you get maybe a PR, or maybe you improve.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody competes, no matter what.
That's
Everybody
what's up,
compete.
man. That's what's up. Yeah, don't bow down to nobody, because the race ain't over till it's over, right? I like that, man. I like that. All right, guys. This has been another edition of Inside Texas Track. It's your man, Rojo, and we'll see you on the other end. Peace. Gator style.